could potentially be the most valuable video you see ever on GPT. This could be a life-changing amount of money, no joke. And it is gonna be for everyone, not just developers, not just people who have insane skills. If you have a great idea, you can probably make money off of it with this new release from OpenAI. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to build these new GPTs that OpenAI is sharing profit with anyone that build it. This is why it's so valuable. ChatGPT has 100 million weekly active users. Compare that to the Apple Store, which has about 650 million average weekly users. And the fact that they're revenue sharing of these 100 million weekly active users directly into their custom GPTs that you can make with just plain language is mind-blowing. There is so much value here if you have amazing ideas to launch on the GPT store. What a lot of people might have missed with the new OpenAI GPT announcement, custom GPT announcement, is that you'll be able to earn money. And these things are insanely easy to build. As an early access developer, I've already built 5 different GPTs, and they're super easy. So as an early access developer, we already have access to how to create these GPTs in my feed. I'm going to show you exactly how to create these GPTs, and it's extremely simple. I've already built a few here. So for example, I have a GPT builder GPT that makes more GPT, and I also have a web design GPT, a Python GPT, and these were not hard to make. So I'm going to show you how to create a GPT today. This is the interface. It's extremely simple. Let's see if I can show you more of this screen. This is the simple interface. The GPT we're going to make today is going to save companies millions of dollars if they choose to use it. So what is the most expensive worker of any company? A CEO. The CEO probably is the highest compensated worker of any company. So we're going to replace them with a GPT. So this is the interface. It's extremely simple. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to configure this GPT. I would like to make a GPT to replace CEOs at Fortune 500 companies and save companies millions of dollars. And it's already updating the GPT for you by configuring it. You don't need to custom configure anything in the backend through this process. But I can also show you a customization process for these GPT. I don't like the name, so it suggested strategic mind, right? And I don't like it. I think I'm just gonna go with CEO GPT, virtual CEO for strategic guidance. Let's call this, give us some other options for the description. So all I'm doing is prompting it, boardroom AI, executive synapse, none of these are that great. Let's configure this ourselves. So virtual CEO is a good start. How about that? Is an expert virtual CEO based on knowledge from Harvard, entrepreneur, Forbes, and let's say Indeed. Great. Now that we've edited the description, instructions, we can create some conversation starters. Rather than approve the budget, we're gonna make it review and make recommendations for budget. We're also gonna have it strategize, market expansion, advise on a merger proposal. Okay, all of these are good. And now we're gonna give it knowledge. Okay, how does it have the knowledge to become a great CEO? So it already has a lot of training data, right? But we're gonna fine tune this GPT with additional training data. And this is not gonna be hard. What I did is I've gone to a number of websites and searched what makes a great CEO. So this article is from McKinsey, and this article is from Forbes. This article is from Entrepreneur. This article is from Indeed. And all of these talk about the great skills and decision-making processes and what differentiates a great CEO from a terrible one. So with all of that, I converted each of these articles into PDFs. So we're gonna upload them and give it additional knowledge for what a CEO should be like. So now these 5 articles are uploaded, and that is now additional fine-tuned knowledge base that this GPT can pull from. We're not going to configure any actions because this doesn't need any additional detailed function calls. Now we're also going to update the logo, and we're going to, instead of uploading, we're just going to use DALL-E. It's directly integrated into the GPT maker. So it's going to give us some options. It's generating. This is okay, but it's a little too complicated. We're going to simplify this. Make it simpler. Show the idea of a person who is a CEO in 2D eye-catching art and colors. It does look a little too political here. And it is a white male. So let's make it a little more abstract. Let's add CEO in text onto the same icon. I like this one. Let's see how good it is at adding text. If it's bad at adding text, then we will just update it without the text. No, let's use the previous one. Let's use the previous icon. I don't like this one. Please update the icon to the previous version. Great, now it's back to this one. And now that's it. That's all it takes to create an amazing GPT. We're gonna save this and make it public. And now that's it. The world now has CEO GPT, a GPT that can make difficult decisions. Let's ask it a question and just see what happens. So we are gonna ask it, Allbirds stock recently crashed from $15 a share to less than $1. How can we improve share value? Provide some direction for the next fiscal year. Now CEO GPT is thinking. Multifaceted approach. Talks about operational efficiency. Yes, this is true. They need to cut costs. Product innovation, absolutely. Market expansion, e-commerce, makes sense. Brand strengthening, financial management. Wow, this is very detailed. This is better than any CEO could possibly generate in less than a minute. Oh, and it's breaking it down to quarters. So imagine if you were actually working for Allbirds, and now you can upload your historical data into CEO GPT, and it can generate additional more detailed insights. So now you just saved your company millions of dollars. I know the current Allbirds CEO has, a $4 million compensation. Save yourself $4 million a year. Use this GPT instead.